Hey all you beautiful people, this is Lukas Korff coming to you with another episode of Overcomers. Not just a victim, not just a survivor, but an overcomer. And today is a very big privilege to personally, face-to-face, interview one of my personal mentors. I'm not talking about a mentor to many people with many credentials. And the credentials don't matter if a man is on a mission. So when a man is on a mission, the credentials follow. When a man is on a mission, the money follow. When you're busy with your destiny, everything else follows. Wouter Snyman.
Hello, Lucas.
Thank you for joining us in this program.
Yeah.
As normal, we're going to ask our three questions.
Yeah.
And the first question being, what is the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
So the worst thing that happened to me wasn't a single event. It was a lifetime event almost, in the sense that as a young kid, my father left. He was an alcoholic and almost left us destitute. I had a formidable mother that looked after us, and I had to start growing up at the age of 13 and look after the finances. So I had this quest to say that my kids will never suffer through that, which I suppose on the one hand was a good thing, but the bad part of that was that at one stage in the corporate world, I had my ladder solidly stuck against the wrong wall. I thought I was doing good for my family and building a career and being financially successful, and I suppose chasing after titles and fame and fortune, because I thought that was what I needed to do as a husband and a father to ensure that my kids don't endure the same thing I did. But I did it at the expense, and I did that at the expense of most probably the most valuable asset, which was my family. Today, and God obviously came into my life and almost woke me up. I was this garage Christian, so on Sunday I went to church and did the lovely stuff, except for the fact that during the week, I was building a career and trying to make a difference in my way.
Yes.
Which now I come to believe was the wrong way. And I think we can sometimes, things that happen with us, we can think it's all good, and we're doing it for a good purpose and service, and meantime we're destroying lives. And it was this close if I had destroyed my family life.
Oh, that is actually a profound thing. You know, we do so many interviews in this manner, and you get these experiences of happenings, but this is so different because it was a continuous process. Because of things that happened, certain decisions were made and certain actions were taken. And in that experience, how would you say, or how would you sum up, how did you overcome that?
So I think it was so it's extremely difficult, because if you think about it, if you in this career, the obvious thing is it's good for your family, and it's good for the people around you, because you have the sense that you're making a difference. But if your focus is removed from God and you focus singularly on something such as a career or the money and trappings that comes with that, that's a kind of a prison that I suppose very few people truly understand. And I suppose, for me it was a journey to understand that God had better things for me to do. I couldn't understand it at the time because it was a huge challenge. I grew up in the corporate world for 20 years, and I had this security fence around me in terms of protection around the salary and benefits and all these lovely stuff, a beautiful house that I could give my family, but that in essence wasn't what they wanted. God had bigger things in mind for me, and I didn't know it at the time. So He did put in me this dream of becoming an entrepreneur. And I suppose the switch over was when I suddenly realized, you know what, I'm literally now at the end of the road, and there's a fork. I need to make a choice. I can continue down the same path, and I knew at the time it was destruction. So I knew at the time that it would be at the expense of my family, and I had to make a choice.
I think most of us know.
Yeah, we do. We
know.
To that point. Sometimes we know for a couple of years.
Yes.
I knew for a couple of years, and
Sure. Okay.
and suddenly, God had things happen in my life. So He put these divine interventions. At that time, I didn't understand it. So I didn't even see that it was God that was actually doing this. I just thought this is life, chucking lemons at me. So for me, it was a matter of, I got to a point, realized I needed to take a sabbatical, in terms of the corporate world. And I thought, you know what, I'll go think about what life would hold in for me. Sabbatical lasted a day, and my wife said, please go find yourself a job. So that was a divine intervention to say, okay, what do I do? So for me, it was a matter to say, let's start something new, which today I know is my purpose. It's my purpose-driven life.
Yes.
And it's a purpose without profit. It's the fact that if you do the right things, the money will follow. So it's not at the expense of it. So it's not a choice for or against money. It's not about that. So for me, it was this choice to say, listen, I've got a new career path of being an entrepreneur, and I think He's blessed us in that journey tremendously.
Last question and final question, and when I ask you this question, I want you to look directly into that camera. What would your message be to this generation out of your experience, out of your wisdom, and out of your knowledge?
There are two really important days in your life. The first day is the day that you were born, and you had nothing to do with that. It was all your folks doing. The second most important day is the day that you understand why you were born. So my take on you is that, you know what, get to that date as soon as possible. When you understand why you are here, that God-given purpose as to the difference that you need to make. So there's a critical component that you need to understand. You're absolutely unique. Your 72 trillion cells that you are made of, God uniquely woven in your body. Your skill set, your background, the challenges that you faced is absolutely unique to you. No one can replace what you can do. So you need to understand, irrespective of where you are and what you do, it's got value. Because you see, we are all part of the body of Christ, and whether you're the pinky or the thumb or the head or the eye, you fulfill an absolute critical role. Find out what it is, because you see, in my experience, if you follow your passion and you impact many people around you, because it will happen naturally, He loves you. So you need to go make your impact out there, and good luck.
Awesome. Now, with that in mind, I also want to end this program off today with reminding you to love God, to love people, to love life, and to live a life worthy of a legacy. Take what you have heard, receive it, act upon it, manifest it, and be the change that you want to see.